Jane, do you have a moment? There's something I need to talk to you about. Oh, that's unusual. You don't usually come to me for advice. Well, it's not about work. It's something personal. Personal? And you think it's something you can discuss with an old woman like me? Of course. I want to talk to you precisely because you're someone I trust and respect. Well, I don't know how much help I'll be, but go on. The thing is, I'm currently in a relationship. Oh? That's not surprising. You're beautiful, so of course you'd have a boyfriend. But he's married. What? Yes, he has a wife. Wait a second. Are you telling me you're involved in an affair? I know how it sounds, but please hear me out. This isn't just some fling. We truly love each other. And he told me he's going to leave his wife for me. I see. And what exactly is the problem? His wife refuses to divorce him. She's clinging to him, even though he wants to be with me. If it weren't for her, we'd already be planning our future together. Cassie, are you absolutely sure that's what he wants? What do you mean? I mean, is he really trying to leave her, or is he just saying that to keep you around? That's not it at all. Brad truly wants to be with me. He said so over and over again. Wait, Brad? Oh, oops. That wasn't supposed to slip out. Are you telling me that the man you're having an affair with is my husband? I guess the secret's out now. Yeah, your husband and I are together, so, sorry about that. What kind of joke is this? It's not a joke, it's the truth. Your husband and I have a real connection, a deep love. But because you're still holding on to your title as his wife, we can't be together like we're supposed to be. So you're telling me to just step aside? It would really make things easier, yes. I mean, let's be honest, Brad is an elite executive. Someone like him should be with a woman who matches his status, someone young, beautiful, like me. Not a plain, aging wife who's just clinging to the past. We got married when we were young. Things were different then. Even so, you have to admit you don't really fit the role of a vice president's wife anymore. Wouldn't it be best to just sign the papers and move on? You're seriously asking me to divorce my husband just like that? Yes, it's really the best thing for everyone. And you think I'm just going to take your word for it? Believe my husband has been cheating on me and wants to leave? We've been doing just fine. We have a life together. That's what you think, but Brad complains about you all the time. He tells me he's miserable, that he can't stand being stuck in a marriage that's long past its expiration date. I don't. Look, I didn't come here to fight. I just wanted to give you a little push in the right direction. It's time to move on. Brad and I have a future to build, and you're just in the way. You're awfully confident for someone who's asking me to give up my marriage. Why wouldn't I be? I already have Brad's heart. The paperwork is just a formality at this point. And what if I say no? What if I refuse? Oh, Jane, I was hoping you'd be reasonable about this. But if you insist on dragging this out, well, it's only going to make things uglier. Are you threatening me? Not at all. I'm just saying things can either go smoothly or they can get messy. If you fight this, you'll only be prolonging your own humiliation. And trust me, once the truth comes out, it won't look good for you. The truth? You mean the story you've spun in your head? Think whatever you like. Fact remains, Brad is leaving you. The sooner you accept that, the better. I don't believe you, not without hearing it from him directly. Then ask him. He won't lie to you. Well, maybe he will, just to spare your feelings. But in the end, he's mine. I see. You're awfully smug for someone who had to steal another woman's husband. Steal? Oh, no. Brad was never really yours to begin with. I'm just claiming what was always meant to be mine. I hope you're prepared for the consequences of what you're doing. I'm not worried. Unlike you, I know how to keep a man interested. You truly have no shame, do you? Why should I? I won, didn't I? We'll see about that. Oh, we will. But just do yourself a favor and make this easy, okay? You'll save yourself a lot of trouble. I wouldn't be so sure of that. Well, it's your choice, but in the end, the result will be the same. We'll see.
Jane, how's the product development coming along? Everything on track?
Yes, we're making steady progress. I've been working closely with the team to ensure everything is on schedule.
That's good to hear. I don't doubt your abilities, but you know how it is. Deadlines are deadlines. No matter how talented someone is, timing is everything in this industry. Make sure you don't fall behind.
Of course, I take deadlines very seriously. I'll make sure everything stays on schedule.
That's what I like to hear. You're the ace of the product development team, Jane. Everyone knows that. I expect nothing less than top-notch results from you.
I appreciate that. I'll do everything I can to contribute to the company's success.
Your dedication is admirable. I'm sure the vice president is also proud of your work. He must be pleased to have such a capable wife who also excels in her career.
Yes, that's what I thought too.
Huh? That's an odd response. Did something happen? You don't sound as confident as usual. Don't tell me you two had a fight.
No, nothing like that. Actually, my husband and I have never fought, not even once since we got married.
Never? Not even a small argument? That's rare. Most couples butt heads every now and then. My wife and I argue all the time.
I know, right? People always assume we must have disagreements, but we never have. We've always respected each other's opinions and found ways to work things out without conflict.
That's impressive. If you've never fought, then what's the problem? From the outside, it sounds like you have an ideal marriage.
That's what I believed too. But now, a serious issue has come up. I'm not sure how things will unfold from here.
A serious issue? What do you mean?
I can't go into too much detail just yet. Right now, it's just a suspicion. I don't have enough evidence to say anything for certain.
I see. That's a tricky situation. If you're not ready to talk about it, I won't pry. These kinds of things, they're best handled carefully. You don't want to jump to conclusions without being sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Honestly, I don't even know how much of it I should believe myself.
That bad, huh?
Yeah, it's a difficult situation. A part of me wants to believe it's nothing, that I'm overthinking things. But another part of me feels like I can't ignore what I've seen so far.
I get it. Sometimes our gut tells us something is off before we even have solid proof. But until you're sure, it's hard to know how to react.
Exactly. If I assume the worst and I'm wrong, I could ruin something that was never broken in the first place. But if I ignore it and it turns out to be true...
You could end up regretting it.
Yeah.
That's tough, Jane. I won't pretend to know exactly what you're going through, but I do know one thing. Family matters are never simple. No matter how strong a relationship seems, unexpected things can shake it.
That's what I'm realizing.
Don't apologize for being vague. You don't owe anyone an explanation until you're ready. Just know that if you ever need to talk, I'm here.
Thank you. Depending on how things unfold, I might need to ask for some advice later.
Of course. Whatever happens, just put yourself first. At the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with the decisions you make. Don't let anyone pressure you into choosing a path that doesn't feel right.
That means a lot. It really does.
And Jane, just remember, you're an important part of this company. No matter what's happening in your personal life, you've got people here who respect you, support you, and will always have your back.
That really means a lot. Thank you. Jane, how's that discussion going? Have you been making progress with the divorce? Yes, I've been having that conversation. What? Are you serious? You're actually going through with it? I confronted Brad about you. And he admitted it. He told me everything about your relationship, about the affair. Finally! He's been saying he'd get a divorce for so long, but now he's actually doing it. It took long enough. So, just as you wanted, I'll go ahead and give him the divorce. Good. Just make sure that once you're divorced, you don't go clinging on to Brad. He's moving on with me. We're going to be happy together, and I don't want you getting in the way. Oh, don't worry about that. Any love I had for that cheating man is completely gone. You can have him. Do whatever you like. Huh. As if I needed your permission. Brad already chose me. Well, now that you've got what you wanted, I assume we're done here. I have work to do. Hold on a minute. Just because the divorce is settled doesn't mean everything is over. What do you mean? You, Brad, and I all work at the same company. That's going to be inconvenient, don't you think? For who? For me, obviously. It would be so awkward seeing you around the office after all this. You should just quit. Excuse me? Why would I be the one to leave? Why should I have to give up both my home and my career? Because none of it was supposed to belong to you in the first place. You were never meant to be the vice president's wife, and you certainly weren't meant to be the top ace of the product development department. You sat in that high position all because you married Brad, even though you barely contribute anything. Honestly, I have no idea how anyone ever called you an ace. Wait, maybe they were just sucking up to you because you were the vice president's wife. Makes sense now. I bet a lot of people in the company were annoyed. So many talented people could have taken that position, but instead, it was wasted on someone like you. That's not true. Oh, and where exactly does your confidence come from? I genuinely don't understand. The only reason you've lasted this long is because of Brad. You don't actually have any skills. Let's be real. All you ever do is sit at your desk, typing away at your computer, pretending to work. Tell me, have you actually developed anything recently? Anything meaningful? I haven't released anything recently, but I am in the middle of an important project. Excuses. How long does it take you to finish one thing? Years? That's laughable. A useless employee like you has no place in our company. You need to leave. I'm sure Brad saw it too. That's probably why he got sick of you and came to me instead. That's not true. Oh, but it is. Now that I'm going to be the vice president's wife, I'll be taking control of the product development department as well. And soon enough, I'll be running the company exactly how I want. You running the company? You haven't even done anything yet. What kind of results have you produced? You think you can just waltz in here and take over? Oh, shut up. Who cares about results? When you hold the title of vice president's wife, you can do whatever you want, just like you did. And who knows? Maybe one day, Brad will become the president and I'll be the vice president. Better yet, I'll be the president's wife. Imagine that. I'll have this entire company in the palm of my hand. So that's what this was about. You planned this from the beginning. Of course. The current president is just an old man. But Brad? He's still young, someone I could easily win over, and look how well it worked out. Now, do me a favor and hurry up and resign. If you won't leave willingly, I'll just have Brad use his authority to fire you. So what you're saying is, even if I do quit, it wouldn't make a difference to you? Obviously not. The sooner you're gone, the better. Huh. Fine, if that's what you want. So you'll be handing in your resignation? Yes, I'll be leaving. Ha! Finally! This worked out perfectly for me. I just told the department head that I'm quitting today. Ha! That took way too long. You really dragged it out, didn't you? What was the point of that? It wasn't like that. There were a lot of things to wrap up, you know. The divorce wasn't exactly simple, and I had the handover process to take care of as well. It's not like I was just procrastinating. Well, now you're officially unemployed, right? That's a big change. I'm sure things are going to be tough for you now. But hey, good luck with it. I'm not exactly thrilled about being unemployed, but I won't be struggling either. It's not like I'm going to be destitute or anything. Wait, what do you mean by that? I've worked hard at this company for a long time. I've saved up a decent amount of money over the years, and with the way things have been going lately, I'm not exactly in a bad spot. Huh, I highly doubt that amount of money is anything to write home about. I mean, how much can you possibly have saved up? You'd be surprised, but even if it's not as much as some people have, it's enough for me to manage. Plus, since the divorce is final, I'll be getting a share of the property division. Hold on, property division? What are you talking about? You know how it works. When a couple divorces, the law says that all assets earned during the marriage have to be split equally. That includes things like income, savings, and even investments. So I'll be getting my fair share of what we built together. No way! Are you telling me Brad's wealth is going to be halved? He worked hard for that money! Yes, exactly. He was the vice president after all. He earned a decent salary, and everything he accumulated during the marriage is now up for division. So I'm getting a good chunk of that. Honestly, with what I'll get, I can live comfortably without needing to rush into another job. Wait, that's insane. You're really going to take half of all that? Isn't that a bit much? Well, think of it this way. It's not just about the money. It's about fairness. He was the one who betrayed me, and now I'm just claiming what's mine according to the law. Besides, I've got alimony coming my way too. What? Alimony? Are you serious? Of course I'm serious. He had an affair, and there are laws that protect people in situations like mine. He can't just walk away without facing some consequences for what he did. Wait a second, if you get alimony and a share of Brad's assets, you'll end up with more money than him, won't you? That's the way it looks. And honestly, I don't really feel bad about it. He's the one who messed up, not me. But don't worry, I'm sure he'll bounce back quickly. He's the vice president. He'll make it all back in no time. I guess that's true. But still, if you're gone now and Brad and I get back together, well, I guess I can live with that. Maybe it's for the best. It doesn't matter what you think, though. I'm getting what I'm entitled to, but just so you know, I'll be requesting alimony from you, too. Wait, what? From me? Why on earth would you want alimony from me? It's simple, really. You were part of the reason my family fell apart. You had a hand in destroying my marriage, so now you'll have to face the consequences, too. You can't just take away my chance at happiness and expect nothing to happen. But I've already got everything I need. I have money. Why do you want more from me? It's not about the money. It's about responsibility. You've got to pay for what you did, just like Brad does. If I don't hold you accountable, then what's the point? This isn't just about making money off of you. It's about ensuring that what happened does not go unpunished. This is just cruel. I never did anything to you directly. Why are you making me suffer like this? You can think whatever you want, but in the end, I'm hiring a lawyer and I'm filing the lawsuit. I'm going through with this, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. I'm going to make sure that you take responsibility for your actions. You know, I don't really care. Brad will probably just pay for it all anyway. He'll take care of it. It's no big deal. Oh, really? Well, I'm glad you're at peace with that. But as for me, I've got things to do before I leave the company. There's a lot I need to finish up, and I don't want to leave things hanging.
Cassie, do you have a moment?
Yes, Martin, is something wrong? You sound upset.
It's not just that I'm upset, Cassie. You've done something monumental here, something that could ruin everything we've worked for.
What are you talking about? Did I do something wrong?
I just got Jane's resignation letter. When I asked her why she was leaving, she told me it was because of the affair between you and the vice president. She said she couldn't work with people like you anymore, and that she felt she had no choice but to leave.
I see. So that's what she said. I really am sorry, Martin. But yes, the truth is, the vice president and I were involved. We had an affair. But please understand, it wasn't just a casual fling. We were in love. We didn't plan it, but it happened. We truly care about each other, and it got to the point where we felt we couldn't keep pretending it wasn't there. I understand Jane's feelings, but I think it was more than just the affair. It was also about her not being able to accept our relationship, and that's why she resigned. I believe that's what she meant.
You're telling me you don't feel the weight of what you've done? Jane was a crucial part of this company, and you just let her walk away without a second thought?
I feel bad for Jane, of course. I never wanted her to leave. But at the same time, Martin, this wasn't just about the affair. It was about following our hearts. It wasn't an easy decision, but sometimes people need to prioritize their own happiness. And I know that Jane was hurt by this, but she's not the only one who had to make a choice.
You're making it sound so simple. But you have no idea what's going to happen to this company because of your actions. Don't you see that?
What do you mean? What's going to happen?
If Jane leaves, it's a catastrophe. You're not seeing the full picture, Cassie. She wasn't just an employee. She was the driving force behind our success.
But Martin, I don't understand. She was important, yes, but it's not like she was the only one contributing. We have a whole team. Surely we can manage without her.
That's where you're wrong. Jane wasn't like the others. She wasn't just doing her job. She was creating something that would change the entire trajectory of this company. She developed the products that put us on the map. Her work was the backbone of our growth. Without her, we wouldn't be where we are today. Do you understand that?
Wait, what are you saying? I had no idea she was responsible for all of that.
You wouldn't. She's not the kind of person to boast about her accomplishments. And it happened long before you even joined the company. Jane kept a low profile, but everything we've achieved has been because of her. Do you know how much she changed things around here? Our sales, our reputation, it's all thanks to her. Now, if she leaves, we're looking at a major setback. You have no idea how crucial she is.
But she's not doing anything now. I haven't seen her working hard lately, so I don't see why it would matter if she quits.
That's exactly what you don't understand. Jane wasn't just working on day-to-day tasks. She was in the middle of developing a new product, something that would secure our future for the next decade. You think she wasn't working, but she was involved in the kind of work that takes years to develop. It's not something that happens overnight.
Wait, so this new product is still in development?
Yes, and it was almost ready for launch. We were in talks with a partner who was willing to invest over $10 million into it. This wasn't some small project. This was a huge, game-changing deal that could have secured our position in the market for years. But now with her leaving, it's all in jeopardy.
But if the development is almost finished, doesn't that mean it's done? I don't see how her leaving would change anything.
You're still not getting it. Jane holds the patent for that product.
What? But doesn't the company own all patents?
Normally, yes, but the law is clear. If a product isn't finished during an employee's time with the company, the patent belongs to the individual who created it. If Jane leaves now and finishes the product elsewhere, the patent goes to whatever company she works for next. We lose everything. That $10 million deal, gone. We won't be able to sell the product. The entire project could collapse.
Wait, you're saying she has that much power?
Yes, she has more power than you realize. And now, because of you, everything she's worked for could be lost. The CEO is absolutely furious. And do you know what that means? You will be held accountable for this. You can expect some severe consequences. Don't think you can just walk away from this.
Consequences? But I didn't want any of this to happen. I didn't plan for this.
Of course you didn't, but that doesn't change the reality. This is bigger than just your relationship. You've jeopardized the future of this company. There's no going back now. The board is going to be furious. The CEO will not let this slide, and I won't either.
Wait, what are you going to do? Is there any way to fix this?
It's too late for that, Cassie. You've made your choice, and now we all have to deal with the fallout. You should have thought about that before you got involved with the vice president. You've put us all in an impossible situation.
Jane, can I talk to you for a moment? What is it? I'm kind of busy right now. I wanted to talk to you about your resignation. I think if I speak to Martin now, he might be able to reverse it. He'd probably let you stay if you ask him. Well, I'm sure he would. What do you mean by that? I mean, he begged me not to leave. He asked me to reconsider, begged me to stay. And you're still going to leave, despite all of that? Yes, I am. You did order me to leave, after all. I didn't give you an order, but I just thought you might be feeling pressured. I appreciate you trying to look out for me, but the truth is, I've made up my mind. I'm not going to stay in a place like this any longer. I don't want to see your faces or anyone else's here ever again. Wait, maybe this isn't the right decision. Don't you think you should reconsider? What do you mean by that? I know you're going through a lot right now, what with the divorce and all, but leaving the company? I'm just worried about you. It's going to be difficult, don't you think? Your whole life will change, and the transition might be harder than you think. I told you money isn't a concern for me. But you've always loved your job. You've always been so passionate about your work here. Don't you think being without it would be unbearable? You're right. I do love my work here, but it's not just about the job anymore. It's about not having to deal with people who make me feel small. I can't work in an environment where I feel like everything I do is ignored or undermined. Don't you think you could still enjoy working here if you stay? We could make it work. Impossible. Not when you're here, not with everything that's gone on. I can't face the same faces every day, especially after everything that's happened. So, what are you planning to do? Well, I have a contact who owns a company, and after hearing what happened, he reached out to me. He's asked me to join them, and I've agreed. They've got a product in development, and I believe it'll be a huge success, so they want to bring me on board to help with that. I'm really excited about it. Martin mentioned that. Yeah, I'm sure he did, but this new company, they want me to help finalize the product and get it ready for the market. It's going to be something that really makes a difference. That's why I've made up my mind. So there's already a plan in place? You've already lined up something new? Yeah, I'm really grateful. And the terms they're offering are incredible. I won't have to worry about money at all, and I get to work on something I'm passionate about. Honestly, I won't miss anything about here, and I'm confident this is the right move for me. You really are going through with this, then? You were the one who suggested I leave, remember? I'm just following through on that, but now you're trying to stop me from going? What's going on? Are you trying to change my mind? I guess I didn't think it through before. I was worried you might regret leaving, but if you're already set on this, then I guess there's nothing I can say. Exactly. I've made my decision. I'm not staying in a place where I'm constantly reminded of everything that's wrong. Nothing you say will change that. Cassie, I heard you got fired. What do you want? I honestly don't think I have anything left to say to you. No, I was just thinking about how I haven't seen you around lately. When I asked around, I found out you got suspended and eventually fired. Can't say I didn't see it coming. Yeah, that's what happened. If you want to mock me for it, go ahead. I'm not trying to mock you. I just didn't expect it to happen like this, but I'm surprised you were the one to go before me. You know, I don't care about any of this. I've got Brad, the vice president, so even if I lose this job, I'll be perfectly fine. My life won't change that much. Ah, so you still didn't know. Know what? Brad's been fired too. What? Apparently, my resignation became a bigger issue than anyone thought. They decided to hold an emergency board meeting, and because of the role he played in all of this, they decided to remove him as well. So that means he's really gone? Yes, they kicked him out of the company, and now he's unemployed, just like you. No, this can't be happening. I'm afraid it is. They've decided that what happened was serious enough to warrant this kind of action. He's no longer part of the company. But what does this even mean? What was the point of all of this? You're still leaving, and Brad's gone too. It changes nothing. Actually, I've changed my mind about leaving. I'm not going to resign after all. Wait, what? I told you I was leaving because I didn't want to work in a company filled with people like you. But now that both you and Brad are out of the picture, I realize there's no reason for me to go. The company must have realized the same thing, and they've practically done it for me. If they've gone to such lengths to remove you both, I might as well stay. You're kidding, right? So now you're saying I was forced out of this company for nothing? All of my work, all my years here, my position as the vice president's wife. Gone! Everything's been completely destroyed. Yes, and that's exactly what you deserve. All of it. What do you mean that's what I deserve? You think I deserve this? You've made your bed. You've done things you shouldn't have, and now you have to face the consequences. Frankly, you don't have any right to complain about it. This is unbelievable. I've lost everything. I get it, but guess what? You've got Brad, right? Now that he's unemployed too, you two can stick together and figure it out. You're still together, and you can lean on each other. As for me, I don't care what happens to either of you anymore. I'm done. Don't ever come near me again. And make sure to tell Brad the same thing. I've been getting endless messages from him asking for another chance. It's over. I don't want anything to do with him, and I don't want anything to do with either of you. So, I heard that Cassie and Brad got remarried. It seems like they were trying to start over, to rebuild something between them after everything that had happened. However, things didn't exactly go smoothly for them, not at all. In fact, I think they were faced with more challenges than they expected, and it all got really complicated really fast. They were both hit hard with alimony demands, and it completely drained their finances. They struggled to make ends meet, which put an incredible amount of pressure on their relationship. You can imagine how tough that must have been. They had hoped that getting back together would give them a fresh start, a chance to put their past behind them and build a new future. But instead, it seems like their financial struggles only fueled the tension between them. It wasn't long before their once hopeful reunion began to show cracks. Every little thing seemed to set them off, and it wasn't long before they found themselves in constant arguments. You could see it. Cassie and Brad were not happy, and their marriage was quickly becoming a battlefield of frustrations, disappointments, and hurt feelings. The hope they had for a better life together was slowly but surely crumbling away. It wasn't just the financial struggles either. It was the emotional toll it was taking on both of them. Brad was already having a hard time dealing with his feelings of guilt and regret over the past, and Cassie, well, she had her own baggage to carry. Both of them were still processing everything that had happened before, and the emotional weight was clearly dragging them down. They hadn't given themselves the proper space to heal individually, and that took a serious toll on their relationship. Instead of supporting each other through tough times, they found themselves turning on each other. It wasn't long before it all became too much, and their marriage fell apart completely. I heard that they didn't even last a full year before deciding to divorce. I don't think it was a surprise to anyone, really. It was clear from the way things were going that they weren't going to make it. They fought all the time, and every attempt to solve their problems seemed to make things worse. Eventually, they realized they were better off apart, and the decision to separate was inevitable. Divorce was probably the only option left for them at that point. Now, Brad is living alone. He's not exactly living the dream life either. With his finances drained by the divorce and alimony payments, he's been struggling to get by. He's not exactly rolling in money, and he spends most of his time alone, trying to figure out how to make ends meet with what little he has. It's a lonely existence, and I think it's safe to say that Brad didn't expect his life to turn out this way. He probably thought he'd be in a better place by now, but it really hit him hard. As for Cassie, her situation isn't much better. She's working multiple part-time jobs just to cover her living expenses and the alimony she's required to pay. I can't imagine how exhausting it must be to juggle all of that, especially when you don't have a stable foundation to stand on. She's barely getting by, doing everything she can to survive day by day. It's tough, really tough, and you have to wonder how long she can keep up with it all. The stress, the constant pressure to make ends meet. It must be overwhelming, and yet she's pushing through, doing whatever she can to keep her head above water. Despite all of this, I've managed to stay on my feet. I was able to keep my job at the company, and things have been going relatively well for me. I've managed to stay focused on my work, which has allowed me to contribute positively to the company's success. I've been involved in the development of new products, and I'm proud to say that our latest launch was a success. The sales have been strong, and I've been able to make a real impact on the company's performance. It's been really fulfilling to see the results of all our hard work come to fruition. But even with this success, I know there's still so much more to do. I can't get too comfortable. It's easy to become complacent when things are going well, but that's not the kind of mindset that will get me to where I want to be. I know I need to keep pushing, keep striving for something bigger and better. I can't just rest on my laurels. So while I'm grateful for the success we've had so far, I'm not satisfied. I'm constantly looking ahead, thinking about the next big thing. Right now, I'm working on developing another new product, and it's been quite the challenge. There are so many hurdles to overcome, but I'm determined to get it right. It's not going to be easy, but I'm ready for the hard work it's going to take. The road ahead won't be smooth, I know that much. There will be days when things don't go according to plan, when we face setbacks and delays. But I'm confident that with the support of my team, we'll get through it. We've been working together for a long time now, and we've built a strong sense of camaraderie and trust. We rely on each other, and that's been crucial to our success so far. Every member of the team brings something valuable to the table, and I know we can accomplish something great if we continue to work together. It's all about collaboration and communication. When everyone is on the same page, we can move mountains. I'm excited about what's to come, even though I know it's going to be a lot of work. But I've never been one to shy away from hard work. It's in my nature to push through challenges and keep moving forward, no matter how difficult things may seem. So, even though the future might be uncertain and there will be obstacles along the way, I'm ready for whatever comes. I'll keep pushing, keep striving for excellence, and keep working towards something bigger and better. And who knows, maybe in the end, all this effort will pay off in ways I can't even imagine right now. But for now, I'll keep focusing on the present, doing everything I can to make the most of every opportunity that comes my way. I've learned that success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and a lot of hard work. And that's exactly what I'm willing to put in, whatever it takes to see things through and achieve my goals. The journey might be long, and there might be moments when I feel like giving up, but I know that as long as I keep going, I'll get where I want to be. And who knows, maybe one day I'll look back on all of this and be proud of how far I've come.
Tomorrow is your wedding face-to-face meeting, right? I'm really looking forward to it. How are you feeling about it? A little nervous, perhaps?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's definitely some nervousness. It's kind of a big day, isn't it?
What's bothering you? You seem a little unsure about something. Are you worried about anything in particular?
It's about May's mother. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I've been thinking about her a lot recently.
What do you mean? Is she really someone you should be concerned about? She's not the kind of person who'd make you feel uneasy, is she?
Well, May has always known that I don't have a father around, but I told her mother about it the other day, and she seemed to be a bit uncomfortable with the idea. She asked me for my mother's contact information, which was strange. I don't know why she'd want that.
Oh, I see. She actually asked for your mom's contact info? That seems a little strange. Do you think she's planning to discuss something important with me, or is it something she feels she needs to clarify first?
I'm honestly not sure. It's been weighing on my mind, and I'm not entirely sure what to make of it. I'm just a bit confused and honestly a little uncomfortable with the whole situation.
But May already knows the truth, right? She's aware of everything, so there shouldn't be any reason to worry. Her mother's reaction might just be her own issue. What do you think she's really going to say?
Well, May did mention that her mother has a bit of an authoritarian personality. Maybe because I come from a single-parent household, she feels the need to make some judgment or comment on that. She might be trying to make things difficult for my mom or even criticize the situation, but I'm hoping that won't happen. I just don't want to deal with any unnecessary conflict.
I get what you're saying. Trust me, I've dealt with my fair share of baseless prejudices, so don't worry too much about that. I'm sure your mother's strong enough to handle anything that comes her way. You don't need to take on all this stress. Are you really that worried about what May's mother might say?
Well, yeah, I guess I am. I'm just trying to protect my mom, you know? I don't want her to feel uncomfortable, and I'm not sure what May's mother could say. May's already told me that she might not be the easiest person to deal with, and that's been on my mind.
Look, if you're worried about me, you really don't need to be. I'm fine handling these situations on my own. You should just focus on what matters. As for the contact info, if May's mom really insists on knowing, I don't have any problem with giving it to her. It's not a big deal.
Okay, I get it. But still, if anything odd comes up, just let me know. I'm keeping an eye on things too. It's hard not to be concerned when something doesn't seem right.
I understand, but I don't think there's going to be an issue. I've dealt with worse, and I think this will be fine. It's just been something on my mind, you know? Sometimes you can't help but worry.
Well, you're right.
I know you're just looking out for everyone, but you don't have to worry about me. If anything happens, I'll handle it. Besides, it's really May's mother's problem, not ours. Yeah, I guess you're right. I just don't want there to be any tension or awkwardness. I want everything to go smoothly, especially tomorrow. I completely understand. It's important to me that tomorrow goes well, too. But we're in this together, and nothing is going to change that. We'll face whatever comes our way, okay?
Okay, thanks for reassuring me. I'll just focus on making sure everything goes well tomorrow and try not to think about all the what-ifs.
That's the spirit. Everything will work out just fine, and if anything comes up, we'll handle it together. Just remember, you're not alone in this.
This is May's mother.
Good evening. I've heard from Cam. I'm Alyssa, May's mother. It's nice to finally speak with you, and I look forward to getting to know you better as we move forward.
I'm going to be very direct. Can you cut ties with Cam?
Pardon? I'm afraid I don't quite follow. What are you asking?
Do you not understand what I'm saying? I'm being straightforward here. Your presence in Cam's life has done nothing but cause trouble. If you don't promise to sever all ties with him and never have anything to do with him again, I can't allow this marriage to happen.
Are you saying my very existence is a problem? What are you implying here? Is this because we come from a single-parent household?
Of course, it's not just about that, but yes, being from a single-parent home does play a part. I've seen what kind of background Cam comes from. He's a successful businessman running his own company. He worked hard to get where he is. He deserves to marry someone from a family with a more suitable background. You, on the other hand, are nothing but a hindrance. You're poor, and I won't let you influence his future.
You have some nerve to say that. You don't know anything about us, do you?
Cam's success comes from his own hard work. He's the one who built everything he has from the ground up. I allowed this marriage because I thought it was a good match. But to think that someone like you, a single mother, is going to be a part of this union? It's disgraceful. You're only going to lean on your son for support when you grow old. That's what people like you do, isn't it? It's disgusting. I won't let Cam's wealth be tainted by someone like you.
What on earth are you even talking about? You're so far off, it's almost laughable. I'm not planning on relying on anyone when I get older. Where's this coming from?
It doesn't matter whether you plan on relying on him or not. If there's even the slightest chance that it could happen, I'm going to stop it before it starts. I've already seen enough of what's out there in the world, and my daughter's happiness is all I care about. If there's a risk, I want to eliminate it completely. That's the only way to protect her future.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. You're saying all of this as if you know anything about me. I didn't ask to be judged like this.
If you really cared about your son's happiness, you'd understand that cutting all ties with you is the best thing for him. You should be able to see that for yourself. If you loved him, you would do what's best for him, no matter what.
I'm not going to just cut ties with Cam. Anita, I understand that you don't approve of me or my situation, but there's no way I'm agreeing to this. You're not going to dictate who Cam can or can't have in his life.
Oh, really? You think so?
What do you mean by that?
You still don't get it, do you? There's never been a situation where things didn't go the way I wanted. I'm used to having everything go according to my plan. We're talking about marrying into the president's family, for heaven's sake. I'm not about to let some outsider ruin all of that. I won't allow it. If there's even a hint of trouble, I'll crush it before it can do any damage.
You keep mentioning this president's family, but let me remind you of something. Your husband's company is a subcontractor to another business, isn't it?
What did you just say?
I'm not saying this to be rude, but your husband's company is not exactly a major player. He's the hired president of a much larger company. And as for Cam and I, we're not planning on relying on anyone. We want an equal, respectful relationship with both of our families. We're not asking for anything special.
Equal? Are you serious? Don't talk to me about equality. I'm from a family of status and power. You're from a completely different world, and you need to know your place.
I can't believe you would say something like that, especially so openly. I had been looking forward to our face-to-face meeting this weekend. But now, it's so disappointing. I never expected to be spoken to like this, especially not just before we were supposed to meet.
Are you still planning to come to the meeting?
What? Isn't this the meeting between both families?
Well, that was the plan, but without a father present, it's really difficult to move forward, don't you think?
I think it would be better if we discuss things in person when we meet. Things often get misinterpreted when we talk over messages. I want to have a calm conversation face to face so we can understand each other better. What is going on here? Why am I the one who has to wait outside like this?
Well, if you really want to come inside, I suppose you can, but just know that there won't be a seat for you.
What is this about? Why is this happening?
Today is May's face-to-face meeting, and I've made a reservation at a fancy restaurant. Oh, but don't worry, there's no seat for you, so you'll be standing.
I'm just going to leave. This is ridiculous.
Well, go ahead and leave then. I bet you can't even afford the price here, can you? So in the end, it was pointless for you to show up.
I see. Understood. But just so you know, if this situation goes further, I'm not responsible for what happens next.
You, stuck in poverty, does not belong in our family. Eventually, even Cam will realize that. You think we want someone like you as part of the family? Think again.
Someone like me, huh? I understand. Thank you for making that clear. But just so you know, Cam said that if I'm leaving, he's leaving with me. Just letting you know.
Wait, Cam is leaving with you? That's not how this was supposed to go. There's no way this can still be a meeting now.
Honestly, I'm not even sure who you were hoping to meet. But regardless, that's how things are. I'm leaving now. I've got it all figured out, just so you know. After all, I'm just another outsider to you, right? I get it now. Don't worry about me anymore.
Wait, where did Cam go? All our relatives and people from the company have gathered here, and now he's nowhere to be seen. Can you tell him to come back soon? It seems like he hasn't even responded to May's messages yet. This is all a mess.
Hasn't May told you anything yet? He said he wants to call off the engagement. That's what my son has decided. After everything, after all the plans, that's what he's decided? Just like that?
What? Call it off?
He mentioned that he contacted May directly, but did something change? Was there a misunderstanding? Or maybe you didn't know?
What's going on? What is Cam saying? After all the time we've spent organizing this, after everything we've done to make sure everything works out, He can't just cancel the engagement like that. I won't allow it. He doesn't get to do that to us.
It's not up to you whether you allow it or not, is it? This is their decision, not yours. Neither I nor Cam have any reason to listen to you or be dictated by you in this matter. We're adults. And don't even get me started on the business deal. What happens to that now? I'm not sure if you know, but my husband's company was supposed to collaborate with Cam's company. We were about to form a partnership that could have been really beneficial for both sides. Even if the wedding is off, surely the deal should go ahead, right? We can still work together. Business is business, after all. That collaboration will also be canceled, and I'll make sure of that. I'm done with it. Done with everything.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? I'm not asking you, I'm asking Cam. Did he really say that? Did he actually tell you that? Or is this something you're deciding for him now?
It's not just Cam. My decisions are final on this. You might think you understand the situation, but I've been deeply involved in running the company, and I hold the power to decide what happens next. Even though there are other projects I'm working on, the real authority still rests with me. No one else. And the business partnership between your husband's company and ours, it was my idea. I proposed it. The reason? It was a chance for your husband's company to grow, to improve, and for the both of us to benefit from the deal. But now, with all of this happening, with all the tension, the trust is gone. The chance is no longer there. And now it's just unfortunate. I don't think your husband will ever see that kind of opportunity again with us.
Wait a second, what do you mean? You're the one who's the chairman? You're the one who really runs things?
Did you honestly think that Cam built this company on his own and turned it into something successful? Cam's company didn't start on its own. It was originally a subsidiary of my father's company. It grew and flourished under Cam's leadership, yes, but the company itself, the very foundation, that's my father's legacy. I know it might have been hard for you to see, especially since Cam became famous as this young, promising entrepreneur, but there's more to the story than you realize.
So you're not just some poor woman who was dumped by her husband?
What? My husband passed away 10 years ago. You didn't know that? It seems like you were so busy judging me that you didn't even bother to ask. But that's fine, I suppose.
I didn't know that. I had no idea you were so involved in the company's management. This changes everything, doesn't it? I didn't expect any of this. You've been running everything all along, and I had no clue.
If Cam wants to marry May, then I was willing to overlook your rude behavior. I was willing to tolerate everything, the disrespect, the rude comments, the actions that made me feel uncomfortable, for my son's sake. I thought I could handle it. I thought I could endure it. I was willing to suffer through all of this for him. But in the end, you went too far. Your words were too much for me to bear. So I made the decision to leave. I couldn't stay. But you know what? Cam, my son, he made a decision too. He chose to leave with me. He chose us over you and your family.
What about May? What's going to happen to the wedding? This isn't just about Cam and May anymore. You've torn everything apart, and now look where we are. It's so unfair. What are we supposed to tell her? She deserved to know the truth.
That's not my decision to make. I can't speak for Cam and May. But don't you think Cam made himself perfectly clear earlier? He said if I left, he'd end the engagement. He didn't hesitate for a second. He meant it. You heard him, didn't you? Or were you too focused on defending yourself to really listen?
I thought he was just saying that out of anger. We didn't understand what was going on. We didn't know who you really were. We thought we could fix things, that things could go back to normal. We didn't realize how serious he was.
Cam made it crystal clear. He said that if you insulted me, he would cut all ties with you. You heard him say that too, right? He wasn't kidding. He wasn't just venting. He meant it. And now, here we are.
I get it, but breaking off the engagement, canceling the business deal, it's all too much. I'm sorry, I really am.
I understand now, and I'll make it right. I'll do whatever it takes to make up for this, to make things better. Isn't that enough? Can you forgive me? Can we just move past this?
It's too late for apologies now. Do you really think an apology changes anything? You've shown who you really are, and that's not something that can be easily erased. Your behavior, your words, it's all been too much. I can't just overlook that. And neither can Cam.
Why? I'm really sorry. I understand now, and I've learned from my mistakes. I promise I'll never do anything like this again. Let's put this all behind us, okay? Let's move forward as family. May loves Cam, you know. She's not to blame for any of this. We should all just take a step back, start over, and build a real relationship. We can begin again, face to face, as families should. Please, let's make this right.
It's not enough. You've already crossed the line. Cam has made his decision, and it's final. I don't want to be part of a family like yours. And as for the business deal, it's over. There's no chance of it ever happening now. After meeting you, I can see exactly who I'm dealing with. Your husband might be afraid to speak up to you, but that doesn't change the fact that if we ever did go through with this deal, you'd manipulate everything in your favor. It would never be a fair partnership, and I won't stand for that.
That's not fair. Are you really saying that everything we've discussed is off the table?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's all over now. Every plan, every agreement, every idea we had, done.
This is too much. What are we supposed to do now? We were supposed to be family. Shouldn't we support each other? Shouldn't we help each other out? That's what family does.
Family? You're not family to me. You're just a stranger, someone I don't need in my life. Didn't you say we were strangers earlier? Well, as strangers, I'm leaving now. It's been a waste of time, and I'm done. Now please, enjoy your dinner with your family. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to have you.
Mom, I'm really sorry for making you feel that way. I should have noticed it earlier. I should have realized sooner.
But you don't need to apologize for this. How are you supposed to know that May's mother would act like that? You had no way of predicting that. The real question is, are you really okay with this? Calling off the engagement, canceling the business partnership. Is that really what you want?
You saw it too, right? May's face?
Wait, what do you mean by her face?
I mean the way she looked when she was with her mother, berating you. She looked so pleased, almost like she was enjoying herself. She was throwing out insults right alongside her mother, all with that smile on her face. I don't want to be with someone like that. I don't think anyone would. And honestly, I had my doubts about the marriage too. There was always something off about it.
Doubts? What do you mean?
It's hard to explain, but I always had a feeling that May was hiding her true nature. I suspected she might share her mother's arrogant mindset, just pretending to be something she wasn't. Like she was wearing a mask the whole time.
Ah, so you think she was hiding it well up until now?
Yeah, but after seeing how she treated you, it became clear. I realized that all along it wasn't me she was interested in. It was my money. I'd seen similar behavior before, but I never quite caught on because she was so good at pretending. But if she truly loved me, she would never speak like that to my family. No one who truly cares about you would do that.
If you feel that way, then I trust your judgment. I won't argue with you. You've made your decision, and I'll support you. If you're confident in this decision, then I trust that it's the right one.
I thought when she booked that fancy restaurant, it was for a proper meeting with her mom, not some ridiculous standing room nonsense. I never expected her to act like that.
I was just as surprised as you were by that. But I guess this whole experience is a lesson. Maybe next time, you'll be more careful about who you trust and how well you get to know them. Sometimes people can hide their true intentions for a long time.
You're right. I'll be more careful. I've learned my lesson for sure.
I really hope nothing more comes of this. That woman, she doesn't seem like the type to let things go easily. She's persistent, and I wouldn't be surprised if she tries to make things harder for us.
Alyssa, I'm really in trouble. Please, I'm begging you. What we did was a mistake. I realize that now. I'm truly, deeply sorry for everything. But if we continue down this path, our company will collapse. It'll be over. Please reconsider the business partnership. We need you to help us. We need to restart the plan. We can still make it work.
Are we seriously having this conversation again? I've told you before, no matter how many times you ask, it's in the past now. There's nothing more I can do for you.
Our company is on the verge of bankruptcy. If it continues like this, the entire burden will fall on my husband's shoulders, and I can't allow that to happen. We've already reached a breaking point. The only way out of this is with the business partnership and the investment you promised. Please, we need it.
I've already said it's impossible. And if your company is really about to go under, why not ask the parent company for help? The problem lies within your management, doesn't it? You were aiming for independence through the business partnership with us, but now that it's off the table, you'll have to figure it out on your own.
This is exactly why we're stuck. We can't do it without your help. You don't understand. We're running out of options.
Wait, you can't do it? Let me guess. Did you embezzle company funds? Did you misuse the budget, and now you're facing bankruptcy? That's why you can't go to the parent company, right? And now you want to come back to us for the partnership and investment? You're asking for help because your financial mismanagement has caught up with you, aren't you?
So it's all out in the open now. There's no point in hiding it anymore. I admit it, yes, we messed up, but please, you have to help us. I don't want everything to fall apart. The business, May's future. We can fix this if you just give us another chance.
You know what? Even now, there's nothing I can do. You made your choices. Your company's situation is a result of those choices, and I don't think it's something I can fix. May be hurt, but that's not my responsibility anymore.
May is hurt. How could she be hurt? Don't turn this around and act like she's some innocent bystander. She's as much a part of this mess as anyone else. She got caught up in the drama, and now she's playing the victim.
Don't you dare say that! May has nothing to do with your mistakes. Sure, she might have been after money at first, but in the end, she really did fall in love with Cam. She's not the person you're trying to paint her as.
Oh, really? Then why, when things got tough, did May completely change her behavior toward me? I saw it in her eyes when she insulted me. If she truly loved him, there's no way she would have spoken to me like that. A person who genuinely loves someone doesn't treat her family like dirt. That wasn't just a moment of frustration. It was deliberate.
I see. So this is where you're going with this. You still don't understand, do you? I had to make her act like that. I knew that if May didn't show that coldness toward you, Cam would have second thoughts. He wouldn't have been able to make up his mind, and I couldn't let that happen. I had to make sure Cam would finally see things clearly. It was a necessary strategy.
You're telling me that her acting like that was all part of your plan? That you manipulated her to get her to behave that way?
Yes, May didn't want to hurt you, but I pushed her into it. I knew she wouldn't be able to do it on her own, so I made her promise. You don't know what it's like when you're desperate. I thought this was the only way. I thought that if May acted cold and distant, Cam would realize just how serious the situation was. But now look where we are. It's all falling apart.
And now you're blaming me for this mess? You can't just manipulate people and expect everything to turn out fine. You've ruined everything, and now you want me to fix it? She is locked away in her room, not even speaking to anyone. You're the one who made her this way. I didn't want to hurt anyone. I didn't want to ruin everything, but I felt like I had no other choice. I thought that if I could just get the partnership back, everything would be okay. May would be happy, and we'd all be saved. But now everything is falling apart.
You can't keep using excuses. You used your company's funds to cover up your problems, and now you're paying the price. It's not just a mistake, it's criminal. You need to face the consequences of your actions.
I know. I've already said that, but we were in a tough position. My mother was sick and the stress was overwhelming. It didn't justify what I did, but I thought I was doing the right thing at the time. I thought this business partnership would be the answer. It was supposed to fix everything. We could all start fresh. May would have a bright future, and it would solve all the financial troubles. But now it's all a mess, and I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry you're in this situation, but I can't help you anymore. You've made your decisions, and now you have to live with them. You and May both need to take responsibility for your actions. I can't keep bailing you out.
What? You can't do this! How can you just turn away when everything's falling apart?
Maybe you should have thought things through more carefully. You made these choices, and now I'm making mine. My response is based on what you've done, and you have to accept that. You've hurt a lot of people with your actions, and now you need to deal with the fallout. It's not just about you anymore. I've made my decision, and you need to respect that. May needs to understand that too. You both need to learn from this and move forward. You don't get to keep asking for help every time you make a mistake. Cam, about May.
What's going on? Has she said something again? She can be so persistent.
No, it's not that. I'm just wondering, was May really after money the whole time?
What's with the sudden question? What are you talking about? You've seen how she is, right? You were there when she showed her true colors. That's who she really is. It's not like we're imagining things.
But what if it was something her mother forced her into? What if that's the real reason she acted like that?
What are you talking about?
I mean, think about it. Look at how you've seen her mother act. Think about how things went with them. Maybe even try talking to her again. Do you really think she was acting of her own volition, or was she pushed into behaving that way?
What's going on with you today? You're acting strange. What are you saying, really? Why bring this up now? I've made up my mind. I don't want to talk to her anymore. I can't. Not after everything. I can't just forget about what happened.
I'm not asking you to forgive her. I'm saying we need to think carefully about this whole situation. I've been thinking about it, and I've come to a decision. I'm stopping the business partnership, but there's something else I've been considering.
Something else? What are you talking about, Mom? Are you okay? You're sounding a bit off today.
I want to hear your opinion as a company president.
Alyssa, I'm happy to report that our company has managed to overcome the crisis. The repayment schedule is progressing as planned, and we're finally seeing some stability. I want to thank you again for all the support you gave us during that difficult time.
I'm really relieved that what you said turned out to be true. I had no idea you came from a single mother household, and to be honest, I was completely surprised when I found out. But after hearing that your mother was ill and that her treatment costs were what put you in that situation, I completely changed my perspective. It made me realize that you've been dealing with so much more than I initially thought. Because of that, I decided to go ahead with the investment.
Thanks to your support, our company was able to stand on its own, and we've begun to get back on track with management. I truly thought everything was over after the business partnership fell through, but with your investment, we've been given a chance to rebuild. I can't express enough how grateful I am. Thank you for helping us. Looking back, I see how my own background of growing up in a single mother household led me to act the way I did. I regret that I said such hurtful things during that time. When I was facing difficulties with my stepmother, I never imagined I might do the same to someone else, but I realize now that I let my worries about May's future cloud my judgment. I was desperate to ensure that she wouldn't suffer the same way I did, but I see now that I was too forceful.
and that it affected those around me.
As for May and Cam, it looks like they're still meeting each other, right? I truly hope that they can find common ground and work things out in a way that leaves both of them satisfied.
By the way, you were the one who spoke to Cam, weren't you? You're the one who encouraged him to reconsider, to take a step back and really think things through?
Oh, no, I didn't do anything major. I only suggested that he talk things out, that he should have a conversation with you to understand what was really going on. But ultimately, the decision was his. It seemed like he really needed some time to figure out his feelings and see what May truly wanted. He wasn't going to make any decisions until he was absolutely sure of what was in his heart.
Let's keep watching over them and hope that whatever happens, they both find a resolution they can live with. I can assure you, I'll never insult you like I did before. I've learned from this experience, and I'll make sure to do better in the future.
I understand, and I'm glad to hear that. And I also won't hold anything against you. There's no need for any more hostility. I truly hope that you continue to do well. You and your husband deserve all the happiness in the world, so take care and stay strong. Several months have passed since that initial meeting. A lot has happened since then, and it's almost hard to believe how much has changed. Cam had initially broken off his engagement, and at that point, it seemed like the future was uncertain for him and May. But in the end, after a lot of reflection, Cam made the decision to reconcile with May and try again. I think it was a decision that surprised some people, but he truly seemed to be following what felt right to him in that moment. Though we ultimately decided to cancel the business partnership we had planned, I didn't feel that it was an entirely wasted endeavor. In the end, we chose to make an investment to help May's family, and I'm glad we did. From what I can see, May, her mother, and her husband are all working hard to maintain their sense of individuality and not lose themselves in the process of it all. It's clear they're trying to make the best of things, even though it hasn't been easy for any of them. As for me, I've made the decision to step back. I've been closely observing Cam and his choices, and while I still believe in his potential, I also realize that I need to focus on my own path now. I trust his judgment, and I'm hoping that this reconciliation with May will lead to a better future for them both. But I don't feel the need to involve myself any further. I've learned that sometimes you have to let people find their own way, even if it's not what you would have chosen for them. Reflecting on the past, I couldn't help but feel that the way things unfolded, especially the actions that were taken, were pretty low and disappointing. However, over time, I came to understand that Anita, too, was simply a woman who cared deeply about her family's happiness, especially the happiness of her children. That realization made me feel a sense of peace. We're all just trying to do our best, in the end, and I can appreciate that. Moving forward, I want to make sure I don't lose sight of what truly matters to me. It's easy to get distracted by everything going on around you, but I'm determined to stay focused on what's important in my life.